I mean, it does suck for a small account. You guys saw me go through it myself, and I was still going through it. But it really comes down to how bad do you want it? You know, it comes down to that fine line, like risk management, like protecting your capital, your overall capital, versus worrying about commissions. Like commissions are going to be there whether you have a small account or a big account. So the key thing that you can do is to just stop worrying about it. The less you worry about it now, and you just eat it, like pay for it. It's part of the process. Yeah, it sucks, but it's something you have to do. I went out of my way on the side, right? I had a second job umpiring, doing other things. Like I made a YouTube channel. I am an affiliate for ISW. I'm an affiliate for CMEG. I went out of my way to do these things to help myself with the learning curve, right? It's all of those side things that I do have helped me pay for the commissions and the fees and stuff like that, so that I never had to put my account at risk while I'm learning to be consistent and learning risk management, like learning how to trade. So it sucks. It really sucks. But if you want to learn how to day trade and you want to day trade for a living, but you don't have, the funds to start out with, to get a good US account with low commissions and stuff like that, the easy stuff, basically, either one, paper trade until you have it, right? Just learn the ins and outs. Sit here and paper trade day in and day out, and don't worry about the money aspect of it until you have enough saved up to open up one of those accounts. But just because you have that 25K, 27K, whatever you want to start with, I recommend 30K if you're going to go the PDT route, doesn't mean you should be trading like you have a big account. You should still be starting small. Use the advantage of not having that many fees. The commissions are a lot lower. Use that. Act like you still only have a $5,000 account, but you have a $30,000 account, right? It'll give you that cushion. You won't worry about the commissions. You won't worry about the extra fees, that the platform charges you. You won't worry about all that stuff. The quicker you can not worry about that stuff, the better off you're going to be. Because that's the other thing I was going to say. You said a round trip is $5. When I was a short trader, every ticket was $5. And I was trying to do what I do now. So this trade would have been $20 just in commissions. So what did I do? It's basically what a lot of people do, and it was the wrong thing. I scaled up my position size to make up for the commissions. Like, listen to that. Say it out loud to yourself. I scaled up so that I could cover commissions. That's a no-go. That's just asking for trouble. You're literally scaling up to an emotional level that you're not ready for just so that you can try to cover your commissions. No, don't do that. That's wrong. Find out a way to pay for your commissions and your fees some other way. Get a part-time job. Do something, right? Hustle. How bad do you want this? That's what it comes down to. How bad do you want this to work? If you're not willing to go out of your way to make it easier on yourself, then you don't want it bad enough. That's all there is to it. You're here looking to make a quick buck. You've seen all these other people post these Twitter posts. They only post when they win. You don't really ever see the losses. You see these YouTube videos, people making thousands of dollars in one trade. You see it all. You want that. Well, guess what? To get to that point, all of them, what's the one thing you've seen in common about all these gurus on YouTube? Even the ones that aren't necessarily, maybe not legit, but they've been doing it for years. They've been trading for years, right? They have the screen time. They have the experience. They've been through the ups and downs. That's the one thing they all have in common. The time, the experience. And I say it all the time. If you got hired to start at a new job and you have no experience, are you going to be able to come in on day one and know and do the things that someone that's been there for 20 years? No, you're not. It's going to take time to even come close to even thinking of being on that level. Someone that is passionate about their job for 20 years, they're going to know a thing or two, where they got some fresh meat coming in thinking they know everything, and they're just sitting back laughing, right? That's what a lot of these pros are doing to all of us. They're just laughing. Like, look at the next batch of 90%ers coming in, right? Like that's how they feel. They know the ins and outs. It's our job, if we want to make this work, to do the same thing. Put in the time. Figure the ins and outs out. Like, figure out how to trade, like figure out your edge, figure out your strategy, figure out how to implement risk management, figure out how to stick around. I would say that's half the game. Stick around. Figure it out. Figure out a way to stick around. That's why I preach risk management all the time. If you don't blow up, what are you doing? You're sticking around. The longer you can stick around, the more screen time you get, the more experience you get, the longer you stick around. Just stick around. Light bulbs will start going off left and right. You'll start to become more patient. You'll take profits a lot more patiently. You'll start getting better entries. You'll start to figure out what works, what doesn't work. You start to figure out little tools that help you trade even better. Like, you start to figure these things out. Stick around. Stick around. That's what do I say to you guys all the time? I want to trade with you tomorrow. Why do I say that? Because I want to trade with you tomorrow. So don't put yourself in a position where I can't trade with you tomorrow. You know how many times people in ISW say, I miss GDT? We were just saying it today. I miss GDT. Well, I miss watching his videos too, but he didn't let me trade with him tomorrow because of a mistake that he made. Don't do that, right? I want to be here tomorrow, and I want you to be here tomorrow. And the longer that we keep being here tomorrow, the more chance we have to figuring this out. But if you put yourself in a position where you end up having to just call it quits for whatever reason it is, then you're not going to be here tomorrow. And then you're no longer going to have the dream of making $1,000 a day. You're no longer going to have the dreams of doing what all these other gurus are acting like they do every day. Is that stuff possible every day? Yes, it's very possible. Can you do it? You can. It's up to you, though. I like to think that one day I'm going to get there. I really feel that we're on the right path. It's been an adventurous path, but we're headed there. And the beautiful part about it, as cliche as this is going to sound, I have it all documented. Like, it's going to be so cool to go back 5 years in the future, coming back 7 years to see where I started and to see where I am at now. Posted every day that I've traded, every day. So to be able to come back and just randomly click on a video and be like, what the hell? Like, that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. And I've always said that too. I highly recommend, if you can record yourself daily, not to put out on YouTube, not to put yourself out there to the public, just for yourself. Get a cheap ass webcam, record your face, watch yourself. I've probably watched myself on YouTube more than anybody else, but not on YouTube technically. I watch like the raw footage, but you learn so much. You learn so much that when you're in a trade, what you're thinking or what you're saying out loud, you think that's what you're thinking. But in reality, what your face can show you is a completely different story. Completely different story. There's a couple guys on YouTube that I watch every once in a while. I don't really watch that much, to be completely honest. I got too much other crap going on. But you can see it in their face when they're live trading that they are so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. So uncomfortable that you know that no matter what they do, it's not going to work. In the long run, it's not going to work because they don't have their emotions under control. They just don't. They don't know how to control their emotions. Emotions, I know I keep throwing random percentages out there, but I do agree. 50% is literally just sticking around. It's just that drive, that want, that need to be better every single day. But when you really get down to the nitty gritty, I would say 90% of this entire thing is your emotions. If anyone asked me in an interview, which maybe one day I'll get to do some interviews, if they ask me what the hardest part of trading is, there's never a question. It's your emotions. It's always going to be, whether it's your emotions when you're looking to hit the button to get into a trade. I've had that problem. I've had the fear of just hitting the button to get into a trade. Whether it's the emotions of taking profits too early, whether it's the emotions of not wanting to stop out, not wanting to hit the button to accept that max loss. You can have emotions for a slew of things, but no matter what it is, those emotions are there. And battling those emotions and getting control of those emotions is number one. That has to happen. If you don't get control of your emotions, you're never going to move forward. And I will tell you right now, your emotions, that all plays into worrying about things like commissions. The more you worry about commissions, that's an emotion that is playing in your head while you're in a trade that should never be there. You should never have an emotion going through your head that isn't something to do with the trade itself. You're worried about something that you can't control. It's a pay-to-play game. You want the lights on in your house? Pay the damn electric bill. You want water? Pay the damn water bill. You want cable? You want internet? Pay those bills. You want to trade? Pay those bills. It's no different.